Hey guys, it's Moody here, and today I have a battle against my friend CJ, and his link is going to be in the description, and he does Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! In case you're interested in either of those things, you can check out his channel. And I'm actually using some Pokemon that I haven't used before. I'm getting more Pokebank stuff, and I'm trying to make it work. And this is, like, I guess somewhat of a sand team if you consider, like, Terrakion and Excadrill and Tyranitar, like, sandish, you know? So I figure I'm going to try that out, and I'm going to try and switch away from having, like, my GBA Pokemon in, like, these other, casual battles and stuff, but I'm going to preface this by saying this is a fantastic match, and I had a lot of fun doing this one, so you should expect it to actually be good, because I'm getting back into, like, competitive Pokemon. So I figured he was going to lead off with Smeargle, and I expected him to Spore. I have nothing on my team that I want to sack, honestly, to a Spore. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to Spore me and just set up hazards. And I'm not worried about the hazards because I do have Excadrill to spin them away. That's why I decided to stay in now. And I figure he's going to Spore me, he's going to do his Sticky Web, he's going to do Stealth Rock. Luckily, I get a quick Wake, so I'm able to set up my Stealth Rocks, and I'm not worried at all about his hazards because, like I said, I do have Excadrill. So I do go for the Earthquake. I want to take this thing out as soon as I can because I don't want him to Spore me again because that would just be the worst. And now he goes into his Gliscor, and I decide to switch out into my Excadrill, assuming that he was going to want to Earthquake me. And since I do have the Air Balloon, I'm not going to get hit by Earthquake in case he decides to go for it. I'm pretty sure he went Protect either just to get his Toxic Orb up, or he was fearing the Ice Beam. And here I'm like, he's going to expect me to Rapid Spin, so I'm definitely going to go for the Earthquake. It was a risky play, just in case he did decide to stay in with Gliscor. But luckily it was the right one because he did switch into his Aegislash, and I'm able to get that out of the way really quick. And make sure that I can get the hazards out of the way because that's my main concern right now, especially since he has a Sticky Web up, and that's obviously a big issue to some of my team. Well, it's not too bad, but I really want to avoid having Stealth Rock up just because it does affect my team. And I went into my Latios assuming he was going to want to go for a water type attack, but it was mainly to sack it. I kind of thought Latios was going to be the best thing for me to sack. However, honestly, it really wasn't because I felt like I need Latios, or I could have had an easier time dealing with his Gliscor if I did have Latios around. So now he goes into his Tentacruel, and I'm going to use this opportunity to go for a Rapid Spin and assume that he's going to want to switch out because he's fearing me to go for the Earthquake right now. So luckily I get off Rapid Spin, and that, like I said, I'm not worried about his hazards anymore. So luckily Excadrill is fine there. I honestly just went for that because I figured that I don't want to switch anything in just in case he Earthquakes. I do have things that are weak to Earthquake, and I just wanted to make sure that I don't lose Pokemon that I don't have to lose, because this Gliscor is definitely going to give me problems. Usually they do, and in this team I just realized that I really need to make sure that I don't fuck up. And honestly, I went into Tyranitar at this point because I figured that he was just going to kill me. I really wish that I did have Ice Beam on this thing, because I think I just have Crunch, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Thunder Wave. I might want to replace one of those with Ice Beam because Ice Beam would have helped in this situation. But it does give me a nice free switch to Azumarill. He does predict me to use the Belly Drum, but I was thinking he might want to go out and switch his Gliscor fearing the Aqua Jet. But he probably assumed that he would have at least lived one anyway, and he wanted to prevent me from setting up a Belly Drum, which is also a pretty good move. So here I went for the Aqua Jet just on the off chance that he didn't want to switch out, but really Tentacruel does resist all of my attacks, so I can't really do much to it. So I went into my Terrakion hoping he's not going to Scald me, but I'm just hoping here I don't get the burn. Luckily I don't get the burn because I can go for the Earthquake, but I assumed he was going to want to switch out to Gliscor, and I did go for the Stone Edge, which of course misses, because when does that move ever hit? And now I'm just like, I'm going to go for the Earthquake and derp around, and that's my predictions are really just, they're like all over the place. They're not that well, and I did take down the Gliscor to pretty low health, which I'm fantastically fucking happy about, because this thing is giving me the most issues right now. It's just bulky and annoying. And here he goes for the protect, and I'm just like, he's gonna taunt me. He's gonna taunt me again, for sure. No, he's not gonna taunt me. And I'm just like, oh. And then he taunts me, and I'm just like, I want a belly drop, but no. And then just as easy as that, Gliscor is back up to freaking more than half HP, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go for the Aqua Jet now, and now he's gonna switch out, and I still can't do anything because I am taunted, and I was hoping that I could at least get off a belly drum, because dealing with the Tentacruel and dealing with the Gliscor, it's the most annoying thing right now, because I really would have had help if I had kept Latios around, but unfortunately enough, I'm dumb and I ended up sacking it. So that's a horrible choice for me. But I was able to get off a belly drum. Luckily, I'm like, I can live the scald. At least I won't get burned because I got toxic. And Play Rough does take out the Tentacruel, luckily, and I'm like, oh, one less thing to worry about, except I died to poison, which is unfortunate. But it gives me a free switch as he goes into Darmanitan, which is actually really good because I resist both of his stabs, and I can just hit him with acrobatics just to hope that I can kill it, but he kills himself due to recoil, and I live, and I'm like, yes, this is fantastic, and he's gonna protect, and I knew he was gonna protect, so I'm like, I'm gonna go for the Swords Dance because I'm not in the mood for Gliscor shit today. I'm not gonna be doing that. So I think that really saved me the game here, because I can now just acrobatics the rest of his team and take the win. And that's just gonna be the game there, and it was pretty fantastic, and I had some pretty good predictions, some pretty bad ones, but I hope you guys enjoyed the match, and as always, I love you all so very much, and bye.